We are here today at the historic Magruder wheat plots to talk with Kim Anderson, our Extension Crop Marketing Specialist. And Kim, the latest supply and demand numbers have been released. What's your take?
Well, there wasn't much change there. You look at wheat, you had minor changes on the ending stocks. They were very near the trade expectations, so nothing there. You look at corn and it was even less significant than wheat. It was slightly under 2 billion bushels for the ending stocks. The last month and the trade expectations was slightly above it. I think the soybean numbers are significant. They came in at 410 million bushels for ending stocks. The trade was expecting 431. Last month it was 445 million bushels. So a good drop there in soybean stocks, and world soybean ending stocks were lower. I think the hard red winter wheat, I think we got bad news there. They lowered the hard red winter wheat exports from 320 million bushels down to 305, and they raised the ending stocks from 200 to 227 million bushels. So I think some significant numbers with hard red winter corn, all wheat. The numbers don't matter in soybeans. I think they'll have a little impact there.
What is the market situation now in terms of prices?
Well, you know, you talk about wheat. We were wallowing around there from $5.80 to $6, $6.20. We talked about that. It popped through $6.20. It went up above $6.60. We thought, well, maybe it'll go up to the next level above $6.20. Came back down to that $6.20 level. This next week, I expect us to trade below $6.20 and probably continue sideways from $5.80 to $6.20. If we go above the $6.20 next week, then we could, you know, at least go in a sideways pattern at the slightly higher level. You look at corn, it's in a sideways pattern between $3.75 and $4 for that March contract. I think it's going to continue. There's soybeans is sideways between $9.80 and $10.60, and I think that's going to continue. With the lower soybean stocks, it could go above it, but probably won't.
And then in terms of the market response, what is your take?
Well, I think the wheat's probably going to continue sideways. Remember, we're in a holiday period for really all of these commodities. It's going to depend on what the funds do. They came in on the wheat and sold some contracts this week, and I think that's why we went back below that $6.20. We're just going to waller around. The January WAS report, I think, is more important than the December. It can cause some movements, and so during December, I don't expect very much. However, if somebody's got to do something, then probably do it on the little rallies that we'll have.
And then in terms of advice for producers, is that, you know, along those lines still?
Yeah, I think so. If they've got wheat in the bin, I'd probably be moving some out on these rallies. If I'm looking at new crop 15, I'm probably not going to do anything, set and see what we do after the first of the year. If soybeans and corn, they've probably already moved it. If I'm buying feed, I don't think it matters if you're buying hand to mouth or you contracted. If you can't afford higher prices, I'd contract, but I don't think there's going to be much movement in any of the prices, at least for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, Kim Anderson, our crop marketing specialist. Thank you.